Hey, wealth builders, thank you for hopping in on my channel. Look, we're talking about money today. We're talking about the state of the economy, all while I do my makeup. And the products that I'm using with my makeup are all under $50, because if we're going to be talking about money, then we're going to be talking about money, how to grow it, how to save it, especially with this current state of the economy. So get into some things. Make sure you check me out. I got you guys. Oh, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it. Make sure you comment. I got you. So my name is Tamika. I'm the life insurance game changer, and I'm gonna help you guys learn about wealth and life insurance and how those products can help you generate wealth, save wealth, build wealth. It's what the wealthy has been doing for a very long time, but everybody didn't know about it. So I'm telling you guys a secret. So, and we're going to do my makeup while I do it. And it's super affordable products, because if we're dealing with money and right now with the state of the economy, look, we need to cut corners where we can. This is concealer that I literally got from Dollar Tree. And the reason why is because I noticed it. I go there to get a lot of my liners. I usually use MAC NW50, but I go there to get a lot of my liners because they just have the best like lip liners as well as eyeliners. Now, while I let that sit for a minute, I'm going to put on e.l.f. It's called Whoa Glow. It is a primer, but it also has a glow to it. I'm going to tell you right now, when you put it on, you're going to be like, what? You just got to keep working it in, okay? Just work it in, y'all. It's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. But if you know you're going to the sun, you should definitely put primer on underneath your makeup. And you might have to rub it and rub it. I'm telling you. But I also put it on my neck because, for one, if you're going to show any skin or whatever, you need to make sure you have sunblock on it, right? Now, one good thing about about sunblock SPF, it's got SPF 30, is it helps with the wrinkles so that you don't get wrinkled as fast, okay? And I put one of my friends onto this, and now all she uses is this on her face when she go to work, and she just looked glowy. Last time I seen her, I was like, okay, glow. I didn't notice what she was doing, and then she told me. But also, she uses Black Girl Vitamin Collagen. I have a discount code for that, you guys. It's in my link tree. You can use code Healthy Strategies at checkout for like 20% off. That helps with the skin too. Okay, because the goal is we trying to look fine for the rest of our lives. And we're trying to live the way we live right now for the rest of our lives. Back to the concealer. So I have hyperpigmentation and some acne scarring. And some acne right now because of health. I have a hormonal imbalance happening. And that's why you guys need to subscribe so you can hear the rest of my story about that and how I plan to fix it and what I'm currently doing to balance it back out. Now, here's the game changer. This is going to change your life. It's called NYX. Bear with me. And I came across this, and it literally is like, it can be a setting spray, it can be a refresher, it can be a primer. I spray this while my concealer is on, and you let it sit for a minute, okay? You let it sit for a minute before you get to blending, all right? And I'm telling you guys that this is going to change the way your makeup looks. Every time, I've been doing this for like a month and a half, and every time I go out with my makeup like this, people always compliment me on my skin and tell me my skin looks really nice. And I know my skin looks terrible, so I'm like, it's gotta be this. It smooths out your makeup. So once again, we put concealer in those spaces. But while we let it dry some, I want to talk to you guys about the life insurance and the state of the economy. So right now, things are really bad. We all know this, right? If you have been laid off or fired, or you have left a job and you left your 401k there, you need to book a call with me. And I'm going to put it down below, because you need to, we're going to blend this out, because you need to have a fixed indexed annuity. You need to move that money into a fixed indexed annuity. If they don't want you working there anymore, why would you let them house your money? Understand that regardless of, you need to own your own retirement. Even if you're not laid off, even if you are currently working, you can have multiple retirement plans. And the way the economy keeps going, you need to have multiple retirement plans. I'm telling you guys. And so the fixed index annuity, it doesn't play in the market like your 401k do. And so let's be clear, if you're not currently working, that means you don't have any money coming in. So why would you take a loss in that account because it's sitting in the market? You're going to get back into the workforce, don't get me wrong, and I know you guys are. That's why I'm encouraging you guys to get a fixed index annuity. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to take loss in those accounts because you're currently not working. You can't afford to lose money. And letting things play in the market can definitely do that. Hence, we saw when the tariffs hit, we saw what happened to people's accounts. If you were on Facebook, people were talking about how they were losing thousands and thousands of dollars in their 401k. And of course, I knew somebody that lost like 100,000. And of course, the market, it does always come back around. It has always shown to do that. It's the long game. But let me tell you something, not with your retirement. Not with your retirement. You have to build that money back from where you lost it at and then grow on top of that so that you can have enough money to last the rest of your life. And if I'm being very, very honest with you guys, right now, they have it where they think we're supposed to work until we are like 70 years old. That's how they feel about it, right? So if that's the case, it's 70 plus actually. I'm using next the Lumi LE Glow Tint by L'Oreal. I have not used foundation in a very long time. This is just tint, and I promise you, and these are e.l.f. brushes. When I say the smallest of a dot goes a long way with this. Okay. And I'm putting it in the areas that I did not put concealer, okay? Because now we're just balancing out the skin, right? And so, yeah, when you see people working at Walmart a lot of times, older people, it's not because they want to, it's because they need to. They need the money. Their retirement wasn't properly cared for. So if you're laid off right now, you don't want to set yourself back in that space. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that you need some of that money. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm encouraging, make sure you get your neck, bring it down some for your neck. I'm telling you now, because you don't want it to look crazy and not be matching, okay? Because some people's neck and everything is a different complexion than their face, so you're just kind of making it blend. After every part, this is what we're doing. We're spraying. This is what gives it that seamless look. I'm telling you, the base of your makeup is going to look flawless. Now, you can do a no makeup look with this. I am going to do some other things that will definitely let people know you got on makeup, like blush and stuff like that and bronzing. However, you may not have to do all these steps. You may be happy with, just doing the basics and making sure that your foundation, meaning the foundation of your makeup, not actual foundation, the base of your makeup looks flawless. And hey, this will teach you how to do that as well. Next, we're going to use the Lumi Glow Lotion True Match. It's by L'Oreal as well. And yes, we do have the Glow Foundation from the SPF from the e.l.f. But stay with me as to why I do this. So we're going to get the cheeks with this. We're going to get right here. These are the hollows. This is where the hollows of your face are. And this is where the sun and light naturally hits it. So we're going to highlight that a little bit more. And you're going to see why I do this once again. Stay with the process. I'm putting this is what we're doing. We're not contouring. I don't contour because it makes you look pretty gray. This is the Juvia's Place Deep Dark Palette, bronzing palette. I will tell you, if you're chocolate like me, it can be very hard to find bronzer because it oftentimes look very close to your skin. Matter of fact, let me turn my light on so you guys can see what I'm saying. Now, I will tell you guys, like I said, with my complexion, so if you're of dark skin, sometimes it's very hard to find bronzer that you can see is on your face, right? That's why I turn the light on so that you guys can see. I take it and I do both, right? So I want the cool and the warm. Now, you notice I put the highlight because we're gonna look like we are vacationing year round, right? We're gonna put the bronzer over that highlight so when the sun hits it, we're gonna look like we've been on vacation, baby girl. We're gonna look like we do this all the time. We might not have been nowhere, but we ain't gotta look like it, okay? Can you see the bronze coming? Can you see it? Now, mind you, once again, this is not the darkest bronze you can find. And you don't want it super dark. You don't want people to know like you got on a ridiculous amount. However, if you want it darker than this, because it's just supposed to add a little glow, I don't do the halo, that's contouring. I don't do all that on an everyday makeup look. And the glow works best for me. And people have, once again, I always talk about how good the skin looks. So Fenty, I don't know if it's called Mocha Mommy, but Fenty has a line that does really well with bronzing, especially for dark skin. I've seen a lot of makeup artists use it. And I oftentimes ask them like, hey, what bronzer is that? Because I want to know for myself. Okay, I take the same palette, tap the top. Now this is gonna sound crazy because I got this big brush, but I'm covering my entire lid, so it's really it makes the most sense for me not to have to do like too much work. I use the same bronze, that top bronzer, all over my lid, okay? Because once again, it's really close to like your skin complexion, so it doesn't look like you have a ridiculous amount on. And remember, we had already put that concealer on, so it just adds a little bit of color to your face. And I also take that same color, and I also take the same brush, a little bit, and I also put it on the bridge of my nose, okay? You'll see why when I show you guys what it looks like in the sun. I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this highlighter situation that I put on. You notice I did not put it on the tip of my nose. If you already are trying to contour, that is not what I'm trying to do. I just want to give you this tip. If you're already trying to contour your nose and cut it in, why would you put the glow at the tip, you guys? Anything you highlight is going to make it look bigger. If you don't want your nose looking big, don't put the highlighter on there. I'm telling you, and I have no problem with nobody's nose, nobody's body. I'm just giving you guys the makeup tip because that's what we're doing here. I don't do this all the time, but I do have deep set eyes, and sometimes it can get a little dark there because of my allergies. So if you have this problem, this is called Nutmeg. I put it in this container. It's by Fenty. It's a setting powder, and I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. They have a really small one, but they also have a really big one, and I bought the really big one, and it lasts forever, so I compacted it myself. But you're gonna rub that out, pat it so it doesn't just bulk up on your face, and you're going to then just highlight. A little goes a long way when it comes to powder. I'm telling you guys right now, a little goes a long way when it comes to powder. Sometimes I barely even put it on. It's a little bit on there. And so you'll see why you see the nose definition starting to come from doing this as well. Now, we are not going to wipe this off, but I will buff off the edges, and I'm going to show you why you don't have to wipe it off. And once again, it's our key ingredient. It like melts the powder, I'm telling you guys. And so with the retirement situation, I just want you guys to know this. You want to save as much as you can. It's the way that the laws are written behind fixed indexed annuities. It is not a life insurance product. It's just backed by life insurance companies. They literally cannot write a policy or house anyone's money without having that money readily available to pay out. So I know you guys may need some of that money because you're currently laid off in the state of the economy as to be what it is. But if you can manage not to need all of it, whether it's $1,000 or something, you guys need to make an appointment down below with me so we can make sure that while you're not working and the haters were hating by laying you off, you're going to still be making money in retirement, because that policy, it compounds the interest. It's going to grow your money at a compounded rate. And once again, it does not play in the market. It runs alongside of it. So if the market were to drop, your money will not drop. What you have gained stays there. That's why I'm encouraging you guys to do this, because you're going to get back in the job field. And when you do, you're not going to have missed a beat when it comes to your retirement. And that should be like a super important thing for you, because we all probably know an older person that struggled in retirement. And I don't want that to be you just because our government decided to do whatever they decided to do for you to get laid off. Make an appointment. The link will be down below. You can comment retirement as well. And I have an ebook about it too, if you guys want that. I take the same brush, and this I have found listen, a lot of people won't wear brown blush, but I do. I have found Tarte Amazonian clay, and this is what it looks like. Oh my God. When I say we're gonna look chocolate and we're gonna look like we've been on vacation, I mean it. Now, I will tell you, I put it here. I was watching another creator who does makeup. He said when you want to you got a full face, you put it here. If you want to look snatched, you put your blush up here. So this is blush. This is not bronzer. But you see that chocolate coming. Once again, I like looking real chocolate year round, and this has been a great find for me. All right, so we got our powders on. So guess what we're doing? Told you, after each stage, watch it set that powder. It's gonna set it so you don't have to wipe it off, okay? While this sits, I do want to tell you guys this as well, because I know that everybody's not going through the layout process, but like I said, everybody does still need retirement. I'm gonna talk to you guys about Index Universal Life Insurance Policy, because people want to know how to be their own bank and how you can really save money in these products. The IUL is a great product to do that, because I believe that everybody needs life insurance regardless, whether you have children or not. And I'll tell you why. if something were to happen to you, do not put your loved ones in a situation where they have to figure out how to put you away or what have you. Now, you lived a great life. You have acquired some things. If you want those things to continue in your family and they still need to be paid off, life insurance is going to be a great help to your family in that space, as well as putting you away. As well as our life insurance products have a living benefit in it that if you get certain ailments, and that is just based on the life insurance guidelines. We can't do anything about what the company's guidelines are, but you could access that money while you're alive upwards to 60 or 80% in ailment. So imagine being able to help pay some bills while you're dealing with some things, right? All life insurance companies and policies don't offer that, but ours do. Also, the Index Universal Life Insurance policy, it grows that cash, okay? So that's how people do infinite banking, like be your own bank. They use those policies. Some of the portion goes to the life insurance and some is housed under a cash account that grows compound interest. Once again, it compounds the interest. You don't take a loss in those accounts though. Life insurance has a code. The wealthy discovered this code. I think the wealthy created this code where at the end of the day, they wanted a space to grow their money and not lose it. So a lot of times when you guys see parents give their kids like these lump sums of money, like $50,000 for a wedding, and you're like, what kind of job did your parents do? Because it wasn't given y'all was wealthy. A lot of times they're using life insurance products. That's why I tell you guys, put life insurance on your children as well. You can grow the policy with your child. The younger they are, the less expensive life insurance is, so that's the more cash it can house. I'm putting you on game. I'm telling you guys how the wealthy do it. I'm going back in with the Lumi Glow, right? Because we now have put on our powders, but the glow is underneath the powder, which is great. And we're going to put a little bit here. Okay. And you know I had already put on powder, so when you put a liquid on top of powder, oh, it's just divine. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I am not a liquid blush girl, but I have discovered a liquid blush. It's super affordable. I found this at Dollar General. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't spend a super amount of money on things unless I know I'm gonna like it and I'm gonna use it. But let me tell you, this is called Profusion Blush Hour. I want to show you guys how pigmented this is. It comes like this. This is what the applicator looks like. I usually put one dab. Look at that. Okay. But I'm gonna put two just for the sake of the video, okay, so that you guys can see. Because a lot of times when you make your skin like this, like I said, more chocolate and all that, you lose some structure to your face. So you may want a little bit of color just to, you know, get you going. But one dab gives me enough coverage mostly to get me going where it looks like the structure of my face is still there. And you know, we put that over the highlighter, and then we're just going to, with a fluffy brush, look at that. Look at that. And remember, I keep mine closer to the inner portion of my face so it can look full. And I'll tell you guys this, my guy, don't ask me where he got this from. Don't ask me where he gets his statistics from. He told me that a more full face or a more chubby face, people trust you more. I don't know if this is true. And at the time, my face was chubby because I'm telling you guys that I have been dealing with some hormonal stuff for a while. But it did make me feel good. Like, did he say that just to make me feel good? Like, I really believe, did he say that to make me feel? Look, a win is a win. A win is a win. Get you one of them. Get you one that would just sometimes say stuff to make you feel good. Because let me tell you something, going through that hormonal stuff was a battle, okay? Still a battle, but it was a battle. I was battling, y'all. And so I still want to look like I have a full face, probably because he done put that in my head. However, my face had gotten smaller in this area. And so it slimmed down more like an oval. And I still wanted to look kind of full but when I smile, see my cheeks get really full. So it is what it is. But yeah, that is what he told me. You guys can research it. I don't know if that was the truth or not. Okay, I will tell you, when I do this makeup look for my everyday makeup, I don't do my brows. I know some of y'all that y'all live for brows. I don't. This is called Wet n Wild brow adhesive. It has a little bit of a tint to it, but I've used it so much I don't even know if it has tint. I just use it to kind of straighten out my brows. And I don't want to make my brows like super dark with this look because I already got a lot of brown going on my face. So it's really just to kind of fluff my brows back out and make them have some type of structure. And with my everyday look, like I said, I don't try to do too much like glam style makeup because when I get glam, I want to look different. I want them to be like, girl, you was already pretty. Now you just stepped it up a notch. Like, who's that girl? Na 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 na. Right? I mean, those that get it. Those that feel me, feel me. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. I told you I get my liners from Dollar Tree because they have like the darkest liners. This is like a crayon. It's called Ione. I promise you, you won't miss it at the Dollar Tree if you see it. It is dark. It's like midnight dark. Like, it's not, it's a crayon. It's not liquid. But look how dark it is. You want to get it right, I'm telling you. And like I said, I'm looking in the mirror when I do this. You see how dark it is though? Now, like I said, a lot of people don't really have to do some of these latter parts because we're almost at the end, right? Some of the latter parts, because if you want to go for the no makeup look, you don't have to line. You don't have to do liner. All you need at this point is really mascara. You didn't even need the blush, right? But if you want to have some structure in your face, put the blush on. I always do my eyes. I don't know. I always put on mascara. And I also did a Style DNA for my face. Sorry, you guys. You know, when you tap your face a lot from makeup, it will make your sinuses go crazy. Don't know if you know that, but if you ever wonder why your nose kept running, it's your sinus cavities. All right, now I got this from Dollar Tree as well because I just want to try it out to see how dark it was. No, Dollar General, yeah. This is the Profusion, the same blush. It's their same company, Cosmetics. It is a liquid. So when I did the Style DNA, the advice was to make sure that I line my eyes with a thick line. I don't know why, because my eyes are already big. But I was already doing that. I just wanted to make sure that what I do was actually what I needed to be done, because I go out a lot, I network a lot, I go on experiences, I am dealing with business. Just because I do life insurance, I talk to you guys about business in general. We talk about networking, we talk about how to get into the rooms, what questions to ask, how is the wealthy moving money, all of it, right? And so you want to look good. Now, I don't hold it at the end because it will, especially if you have like deep set eyes, or if you have, if your eyes, what is it called? Lord, I can't think of it. Either way, you don't want it drooping. You don't want it drooping right here. So don't hold it when you do that part, but I do hold it when I do this part because I want to get the line right. Hooded eyes, that's what it is. If your eyes are hooded, okay, it will make it droop. Okay, and then I fill it in at the end. Let me do my other one. And like I said, I try to make sure at the end, and I try to get it as close to my lash line as possible, because when it's dark like that, at the bottom of your lash line, it will make your lashes look darker and more full. You'll see in a minute what I mean by that. Let's see, we talked about the state of the economy, which is terrible. We talked about life insurance. We talked about retirement. You guys, I'm telling you guys, everything we've talked about so far is super, super, super important to you having a successful future with money. Okay, life insurance should be one of the first things you get and put on yourself, because it's one of the quickest ways to transfer wealth. Literally, you can get $1 million policy for not as much as you guys probably think. And that can instantly make somebody a millionaire when you pass away, and it's in a tax advantage account. I know you want to hear more about that, so make sure you click the link, and that's going to be in the description. Comment retirement down below. I got you guys. We're gonna get into some things. Now before the mascara, I'm gonna tell you, I got expensive mascaras. I will pick up a cheap mascara, because let me tell you something. LA Color, this mascara is called Volume Lash. But I'm gonna tell you, just get really, really close to your lash line at the bottom, okay? Make sure you're really, really close. Make sure you get the inner corners. Do it like this, but make sure there's not a lot of gunk like on that tip, because it will clump. I'm telling you right now, and that's aggravating. So you keep going. You might have to do this like 3 times. I'm not an everyday lash girl. This is everyday makeup. I do not put on lashes. I do not get individual lashes put on. In my opinion, for me, it would be a waste of money. I have allergies. I don't need my eyes irritated all the time. But let me tell you something. Your girl gonna go in on some damn mascara, okay? 3, I'm telling you, 3 of it. Make sure you get it in there. Make it thick and black. See them stretching? And then here's a little trick I do. Once I get them going to like the level of fullness I want, or blackness and thickness, darkness, I take it and I zigzag it. Zigzag across them to make some spikes. So it'll look more like wispy and put together, and it's still gonna look thick because you made the base thick, right? You made the base thick, so they're not gonna be able to say like, oh, your lashes are thin. But if you do have thin lashes or short lashes, you just gotta keep applying the mascara. Keep applying the mascara. I'm telling you, it'll make anybody's lashes look good. And put that line close to the bottom of your eyelash when you draw your line. I'm telling you, it works. I've been doing this for a lot of time, y'all. So you seen that one? That's how, when I say it can clump, that's what I mean. But it's fine with me because, like I said, I like to make mine look a little more wispy. But you see those inner corners? You gotta get those inner corners. I'm telling you guys, that makes a difference. So once you do it, like I said, once you got as much as you want, just keep layering, keep adding, keep stretching. They'll keep getting bigger and bigger. And so then you zigzag it. Make them more wispy, put some spikes up in there, get them corners. Yeah. She's saying something. Okay. She's saying something. I know you guys see it. And this comes to the point of the journey where you have to ask yourself, do I look like I'm chocolate enough? I'm bronze enough? How am I feeling about it? Because we're getting to the end of the makeup and we're going to end up putting on our setting spray. And so if you want to make some adjustments, now is the time. Now is the time to shine. For me, I always say, me personally, I'm going to add some more blush. Because at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with more blush. I'm going right back to my blush because now that I put the red on, I want to balance that out a little bit. Okay. Can't go wrong with more blush. For me, I'm telling you, this is my jam. And I also remember we highlighted here, so I put a little bit there too. Once again, I'm gonna show you guys in the sun. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Wait for it. Now, last stage. It's not the last stage. I still gotta do my lips. But for our skin, last stage. Bear with me, NYX. Spray it, spray it, spray it. Don't touch nothing. Let it dry. And I'm encouraging you guys, while you letting it dry, clean up. Because if you're going for the no makeup look, nobody in your house need to know you got on makeup, okay? Not your man, not your kids. Those be your biggest ops sometimes anyway. Clean it up. Get everything out the way. Because I'm going to tell you one thing I hate is doing my makeup and everything, coming home and have left a mess. And it just shows me what I did to become the baby that I am. Now, we're bad already, but you get what I'm saying. Nobody wants to have to clean up after you done did your hard work on your makeup, became the baddie you are, and then went out into the world, and now you're tired. And now you got to clean up. It's like, what are we doing? Let's get to the lips. By the time you finish cleaning up, I promise you, it'll be dry. Okay. Now, we're doing lips. I will tell you guys, I told you I use my liners usually from the Dollar Tree, but this was gifted to me. It is Corkscrew by MAC, and I'm going to use it because that's what I got. And I outline my lips with this because it's close to my skin complexion. And when you do that, it's not overly dramatic because it's so close to your skin complexion. It just looks like chef's kiss, I'm telling you. Not too much on my lips. But look, when I use my dark one, oh, we going in on them lips. It'd be a whole lot on the lip. Like, we go crazy with that. I'm telling you. Okay, so we lined that. And let me tell you, this, my sister-in-law got me. She got me the Corkscrew too. This is MAC. It's lip plumper. It comes in clear too. It came in a pack of 2. But I love this. I use it so much. My friend, she was in love with my makeup lips, my lips, that when we went out one night, I asked her to keep my pencil and my lip gloss in her bag. She stole it on purpose. She knew I forgot to get it. And she was like, yeah, she was clocking that. Took it right on back with her. And she did not stay in the state of North Carolina. And I cannot remember the name of that gloss in it because the label here, I had it so long I was using it. The label came off, y'all, so I didn't know what brand, so I can get some more. It was my favorite gloss ever. But look, let me tell you something. With that lip liner and that plumper, your lips gonna be looking amazing. And it does have a tint to it already, but because I'm wearing burgundy, I'm gonna put a little bit of plum gloss. It's just plain gloss. I cannot see. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm pretty sure I got this from the Dollar Tree too. And it's really, it looks very vibrant, but if you just put one layer on, it's really not much. It just makes it look like you have natural pink lips, honestly. So All right, y'all. Now, I meant to tell you guys my blotting pad. I got that from Juvia's Place as well when I got the bronzer. Now, I will tell you, I'm gonna spray some setting spray. However, they are parts that I just don't want to be shiny, and I do use a little bit more powder, and it is Studio Fix by MAC setting powder. So I put a little bit of this with my brush in the areas that I just don't want shiny. That's how it looks in the areas I don't want shiny, and that's usually the forehead, because it doesn't really leave a tint. It just kind of helps blot it. And right here, because I don't need that, and the tip of my nose, 'cause I don't need that shiny. I don't need that in my life. And also we just get these areas here. Okay, the only areas we really want highlighted is this and our nose. Okay, nothing too crazy. Now, I'll put you guys onto the setting spray that blew me away when I did it for the first time, okay? It's super affordable. It is called Natural Finish by Wet n Wild. I promise you, I don't know what made me buy this, but I have a lot of random setting sprays too. I use my mineral, but at the end, I use a setting spray. I mean, I use my Bear With Me NYX throughout, but at the end, I use a setting spray because I don't want it to transfer. Now, this is called Photo Finish, and I ain't gonna lie, no, Photo Focus. Yeah, Fini Natural. And when I first sprayed it, I thought I was gonna drown. So it is a strong spray out, I will tell you. So it will wet up your whole chest and everything. So, but just make sure we got it in there. Take me through there. And I promise you, let that dry. Once it's dry, you're done. I'm getting ready to show you guys what it look like in the sun after I do my hair. I'll be right back. All right, don't forget, you guys, for your retirement, definitely comment down below retirement. I got you guys on the link to help you guys with your retirement. And also, we're going chocolate all winter, okay? All fall, all winter, chocolate. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on those products. I promise you, everything I bought was under $50. I got you. Wealth Builders, thank you so much for hopping in today. And I want to tell you guys something. Even if you're not affected by what's going on with the current state of the economy, you probably know someone who is. So please make sure you share this video with them, because it might not be you, but it could be you. Those people that are furloughed, right? They were a couple of checks away from just being broke, even if they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So understand, this can happen to any one of us. So thank you for taking in the information, but please share it with someone you know needs it. And once again, comment retirement down below, as well as my links are going to be down below. Make sure you take advantage of the opportunities, because I'm giving you guys a free quote. I'll see you soon.